I forged Marcus's signature on a $40,000 loan application, used his income, his credit score, his identity, and I did it while he was asleep in our bed. And he found out. Obviously, he found out. Okay, so, before you decide you know everything about me from one sentence, the business was dying. My business. 3 years of my life, every dollar I had, and it was drowning because one supplier dropped out and one client ghosted me in the same month. I needed a bridge loan, fast, and Marcus had said no.
He'd said no twice. Want to tell them about the second time, or are we skipping that part?
Marcus, I'm talking.
No, go ahead, tell them why you needed the loan. The whole reason, not the supplier part, the actual reason.
The business had debt that I hadn't told him the full number. Okay? He knew there were issues. He didn't know the exact figure. But that's a separate conversation from what I actually did, which
The exact figure was $91,000 in business debt that she had been hiding from me for 14 months.
I was going to tell you. I was building a plan first so you wouldn't panic.
For 14 months, she was building a plan, 14 months, while I'm co-signing on a lease for us, talking about saving for a house, thinking we're a team. Cool plan.
Look, I know how it sounds, but I was terrified. I'd sunk everything into that business. And when he said no to the loan both times, fine, both times, I saw the door closing. I saw 3 years disappearing. So I got the application. I filled it in. I used his details because his credit score was the only thing that would get us approved at that rate. And I signed his name.
She signed my name while I was asleep in the same apartment on a $40,000 loan that is now legally attached to my credit history. I want to make sure everybody heard that clearly.
I was going to pay it back. That was always the plan. Get the cash, stabilize the business, pay the loan, and Marcus would never even have to know it touched his credit. It was supposed to be invisible.
Oh, it was supposed to be invisible. I love that. She committed bank fraud. That's the legal term, by the way, bank fraud, and the plan was that I'd just never find out. Real romantic.
I know what it is legally, Marcus. You don't have to keep yes. It was fraud. I know. I'm not arguing the definition. I'm trying to explain that I was not doing it to hurt you. I was doing it because I was desperate and I made a terrible decision and I couldn't see any other way out.
Tell them how I found out. Go ahead.
The bank sent a repayment notice to his email because I used his email on the application because it doesn't matter why. It went to him. He opened it, and that was a Thursday morning. I was making coffee. He came into the kitchen with his laptop and he just set it down in front of me and he didn't say anything.
I couldn't even form a sentence. I needed her to see the screen first because I genuinely thought there'd been some mistake. I thought maybe it was a scam email. I was still giving her the benefit of the doubt at that point.
And I looked at the screen and I couldn't pretend, I couldn't even try. I just sat down and I told him everything. The debt, the application, the signature, all of it. In about 4 minutes. Everything I'd been holding for over a year just came out in 4 minutes at a kitchen table.
She cried. I want to be fair, she cried a lot, and part of me wanted to just, I don't know. But then I thought about every conversation we'd had about the future, every single one, while she was sitting on $91,000 of hidden debt and my forged name on a bank document, so.
He left that same day, packed a bag. I kept asking him to stay and talk and he kept saying there wasn't anything to talk about yet, that he needed to think without looking at my face. Which honestly is fair, I get it. I do. But watching him walk out of our apartment with a duffel bag that he packed in 12 minutes was, I don't have a word for it that doesn't sound like I'm making myself the victim.
She texted me 47 times over the next 3 days. I counted, and look, she's not wrong that I loved her. I'm not going to pretend that part's not complicated. But loving someone doesn't make it okay that my credit score took a hit because she was too afraid to have a hard conversation. Those are two different things.
And here's the part I keep circling back to, and I'm not saying this to dodge responsibility. I'm genuinely asking, if I had told him the real number, if I had shown him the books, if I had sat him down and said, Marcus, I need 40,000 or we lose everything. Would he have helped? Or would he have left then instead of now? Because I knew what the answer probably was, and that's why I didn't ask.
She doesn't actually want me to answer that.
I do want you to answer it.
I don't know, okay, I genuinely do not know what I would have done, and that's the thing she took from me, not the money, not even the credit hit. She took my chance to decide. She just removed me from the equation, made the choice for me, and then acted confused when I didn't feel like a partner anymore.
I know that's the part I can't walk back. Not the money, not the signature. It's that I looked at him, at us, and I decided I couldn't trust him with the truth. And maybe I was right about that. Or maybe I just told myself I was because it was easier than being honest. I don't know which one it is yet. I'm not sure I'll ever know.
She did pay it back for what it's worth. The loan, every cent, business actually pulled through, which fine, good, but it doesn't erase that there's a paper trail with my name on it that I didn't put there. And it doesn't erase that I spent 14 months building a life with someone who was running a completely separate spreadsheet in her head that I wasn't allowed to see.
We're not together anymore, that's probably obvious. But we still talk sometimes. Which is, I don't know what that is. Neither of us seems able to fully close the door, and I don't know if that means something or if it just means we can't seem to move on.
We're both bad at endings.
So that's where we are, somewhere in between whatever we were and whatever we're not anymore. And I still don't fully know if I was protecting us or just protecting myself. Maybe both, maybe neither. What would you have done with the loan, with the truth, with any of it? Tell me in the comments. If you know someone who's ever had to make a call like this, a real one with no clean answer, send this to them. And there's another confession coming soon. Don't miss it.